and the physiology of multiple choice exam. I need to search it. What are the components and structure of multiple choice exam?
Hello everyone! Welcome to our discussion on the anatomy and physiology of a multiple choice exam. Understanding the structure, components, and logic behind multiple choice exams. What is multiple choice test? A multiple choice test is a common format used in higher education to assess a student's knowledge. It involves providing a set of options for each question from which the student selects the correct answer. A multiple choice question is an assessment item consisting of a stem which poses the question or problem, followed by a list of possible responses, also known as options or alternatives. One of the alternatives will be the correct or the best answer, while the others are called distractors, the incorrect or less correct answers. While the terms structure and components can be related, they refer to different aspects of a multiple choice exam. The components are the individual building blocks of the exam, whereas the structure refers to how these components are organized and arranged to create overall exam. Structure of multiple choice exam. The structure of multiple choice exam refers to the overall organization and arrangement of the questions. This includes, first, ordering of questions, the sequence in which the questions are presented, often starting with easier questions to build confidence. Next, grouping of questions, categorizing questions by topic or difficulty level. Then, instructions, clear and concise directions on how to take the exam, including the limits and the scoring information. And last, layout and formatting, the visual presentation of the exam, including font size, spacing, and use of images or diagrams.
We proceed to the components of multiple choices exam. A multiple choice exam consists of several components, which are item, stem, alternatives, key, and distractors. So first, what is item? A test question, both the problem itself and any answer choices, is called an item. Test can be feature all sorts of objective and subjective items. Next is stem. The problem or scenario that is stated in the test question is called the stem. An effective stem should present a definite problem in a form of question or a partial sentence. Next is alternatives. In a multiple choice test item, the stem is followed by a list of answer choices, known as alternatives or options. So the alternatives are the choices you get to pick from. They're like the answers to the question, but only one is correct. Next is key. The right answer choices is called the key. Sometimes, the key will be the best possible answer. In emphasis, where facts, formulas, or equations are tested, the key will be the only correct answer. So the key is the right answer. It's the one you should choose to get the question right. The last is distractors. Every choice apart from the key is considered a distractor, or sometimes it's called foil. This incorrect or inferior alternative should all be plausible to some degree, but not so similar to the right response that a reasonable case can be made for multiple choices. In short, the distractor are the wrong answer. They're likely tricky choices that might look right, but they are not.
Now I know what it is. So next, I should know what is the logic behind of multiple choice exam.
Now let us talk about the logic behind multiple choice exams. Why do educators use them and what makes them effective? Let us break it down. First, multiple choice tests are designed to assess whether students have mastered specific learning objectives, ideally behavioral ones that can be observed and evaluated. Instructors love multiple choice tests for a few reasons. 1. They're practical, especially for large classes. 2. They offer versatility, assessing everything from basic recall to higher level thinking like analysis and evaluation. But they do have limits. They're not great for testing creative or organizational skills. Next, reliability. This refers to how consistently a test measures learning. Unlike true or false questions, multiple choice questions are less prone to guessing. Plus, having multiple questions on the same topic increases reliability, and since grading is objective, there's no inconsistency in scoring, unlike essay-based assessments. Lastly, validity. A valid test accurately measures what is supposed to. Because multiple choice questions are quick to answer, they allow broader coverage of course material, making the assessment more representative of what students have learned. So while multiple choice questions aren't perfect, they're an efficient way to measure learning.
Hello everyone! Today, we are going to discuss some essential guidelines for crafting effective multiple choice questions. These rules will help ensure the assessments truly measure comprehension and critical thinking rather than simple recall. Let's dive right in. Rule number 1. Test comprehension and critical thinking, not just recall. Our first rule emphasizes the importance of testing deeper understanding. Multiple choice questions often get a bad reputation for merely assessing memory recall, but they can be much more powerful when designed thoughtfully. Rule number 2. Use simple sentence structure and precise wording. Next, let's talk about how we structure our questions. Clarity is key. If a question is confusing due to complex sentence structure or vague wording, students might struggle to understand what's being asked, even if they know the answer. Simple, clear, and precise wording ensures that we're assessing knowledge rather than a student's ability to decode a complicated language. Rule number 3. Make all the structures plausible. Let's focus on answer choices. Have you ever taken a test where one of the options was so obviously wrong that you could eliminate it right away? That weakens the validity of the question. To create a strong multiple choice question, all the structures or incorrect answer choices should seem reasonable.
Rule number 4. Keep all answer choices the same length. This can be tricky, but experienced test takers often use answers length as a clue. In many cases, the longest answers tend to be correct. So to avoid giving away the correct answers, keep all answer choices the same length. If that's difficult, use the balanced approach. 2 short and 2 long answers. Rule number 5. Avoid double negatives. Avoid double negatives in your questions. Phrases with not, no, nor, or negative prefixes like on can confuse the test takers. For example, instead of asking which of the following comments would not be unwelcome in a work situation, rephrase it in a positive form, which of the following comments are acceptable in a work situation. This ensures clarity and reduces misinterpretation. Rule number 6. Mix up the order of the correct answers. A common mistake is placing correct answers too often in the same position, like B or C. To prevent patterns that test takers might catch onto, distribute the correct answers randomly. Once your test is complete, review and rearrange them if necessary. Rule number 7. Use all the above or none of the above with caution. So lastly, let's talk about all the above and none of the above. While these can be useful when these structures are limited, they have drawbacks. All of the above may give away the answers when inconsistently used, and it encourages guessing. None of the above makes it hard to determine if the test takers fully knew the correct answers. Use these options sparingly to maintain questions equally. So by following these rules, we can create better and more effective multiple choices tests that truly assess knowledge rather than test-taking strategies. That's all. Thank you.
I think I'm got it. I'm ready for the exam.